Alright, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the 5th place playoff of the LA Sevens, Fiji versus Argentina. Now this game is one that could have been a final. Argentina were on the massive undefeated winning streak that was ended in the quarters by the Irish. Then for the Fijians, they were 19-0 up in their quarterfinal, only to be defeated by Spain 21 points to 19. Now, of course, they will not have Toria Vailawa, who did receive that red card in the quarterfinal, but they do still have a very top side. Looking through at their lineup, it is Josefa Talatholo, Jeremiah Matana, Riri Ropati, Ponipati Loganamasi, Napoleoni Balatha, Felipe Salturanga, and Josesi Batitaringa. So obviously, they are going relatively full strength for the Fijians in this game, as they should, because at the end of the day, this is the best time to try and take down Argentina when they've just suffered a defeat, when people don't know how they're going to be able to bounce back, because it's been such a rarity that we have seen Argentina losing. But looking through at their starting lineup, it is Augustin Fraha, also in there Santiago Mari, Germain Schultz, Marcos Maneta, but it's absolute all into that game up against the Irish and the game prior. Joaquin Palandini, Matthias Azadsuk, and Rodrigo Isgro. Now, both of those two individuals did receive yellow cards. So at one point, we did see both of these teams in their quarterfinals, only with 6 men on the field. Go Fiji, says Robert Vale there. But do let me know your score predictions in the comments and the chat, of course. Be sure also, if you haven't already, to hit that subscribe button. But this game only a few moments away from starting. We are seeing France at the moment take on the South African women's side for the 5th place playoff. France are up 48 points to 0. Now, both of these sides have the capabilities of scoring tries. We've known that throughout their group stages, both actually undefeated throughout the groups. Fiji getting themselves impressive wins, including one up against France and one against Great Britain, who both went on to make it to the final of the competition. Los Pumas, says Mikel there. Yeah, both sides lower in the rankings than they would have liked, but they can still finish their LA Sevens on a high. And that is the main thing. Walk away with some form of extra points in the overall standings. Of course, Argentina wanting to defend their throne of being right at the top. Fiji are still yet to get themselves a gold medal in the leagues department, but the Olympics just around the corner. That is normally when we do see the Fijians shine. But 26 points to 19 to Fiji. Says Simran there. Go Fiji, go, says Bronson. I believe in my prediction I went with, I think it was 14-12 or maybe 19 points to 14 in favour of the Fijians. Something along those lines anyway. I believe this is going to be a close game. But there is also the chance, like I said in that preview, that one of these two sides are able to run away with it. Now, Argentina actually wearing their away kit here, or their alternative stripe kit. It's very nice indeed. Both sides making their way out onto the field now for the last time for a month. The next time that we get to see these two sides in action will be in Hong Kong. That has taken place in early April. Go Argentina, vamos Pumas. Saludos desde Santiago de Chile, says Jorge there. And the big thing for Argentina is stopping the losses, because they had such a big winning streak. And so often, when a side loses that winning streak, that is when the screws start to fall off and they start making more mistakes and they start suffering more defeats. We actually saw it a couple years ago for the South Africans. They were on one of the longest running Sevens win streaks in history. Now they are finishing 11th each and every leg. Well, not quite each and every, but they aren't going that well at the moment, and that is how quickly it can change. Fiji on the halfway line though. And Balatha puts the ball down. The handshake from the referee as well. We have got there Mai Vitimai and Moku Ana Pumas, says Bronson. Hopefully that's nothing too bad towards the Pumas there, but it's going to be the Fijians kicking off from left to right in this contest, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as we are going to be back for plenty more of these Sevens action. I'm just watching for the delay, which there is a little bit of one. And now I think we're good. Looks like it has caught up, but it is now going to be kicked off by the Fijians. And Ames Jinx, hope that doesn't happen. Nice run forward from Santiago Mare. Marcos Maneta going off to the right-hand side. Azadsuk Now offload for Romain Schultz. Passing it out wide for Augustine Fraha. Now Rodrigo Isgro. Big bump off there. Offload to Schultz. Goes on the outside, Marcos Moneta. Nice step. Beautiful grubber from Marcos Moneta. And the ball sits up for him. He will score it early on. We had the spoiler in the chat, so unfortunately, hopefully we can avoid that throughout the rest of the half if possible. But there's now going to be a great carry from Rodrigo Isgro, bulldozing towards the Fijian line. And then Marcos Moneta puts the grubber through. Balatho tried to catch him. It's the commentator's curse. He'll even jinx Enough if he doesn't want to be one, says Simran. Argentina celebrating that one big time. Marcos Moneta, like I said, they needed to answer back from the defeat, and that kick has gone over the footworks by Marcos Moneta, says Blues Nate. Look at there, I know. That's why I'm scared, says Mikhail. They are just showing Marcos Moneta. His left calf has Lionel Messi kissing the World Cup trophy and a picture of South America. Going to be knocked on by Argentina. Almost through was Rodrigo Isgro. Only 2 minutes gone. And we know that Fiji, even if they are down by 3 tries, have got the potential of fighting back in a contest, so they won't mind this too much. Of course, not ideal to concede the early try. I'm more on the losing side, Mikhail, so I'm scared too. But 3rd place for Fiji in the overall standings, which is actually pretty impressive with the fact that they haven't actually won a leg of the Sevens as of yet throughout the 2023-24 season. Felipe Sotoranga gets that ball out. Palandini, though, sniping it. And now Azad Suk sitting 15 metres out the line. Fiji once again will find themselves under immense pressure. Nice ball on the inside. Was slightly forward though to Romain Schultz. So they will go back for yet again another scrum feed. We might see quite a few of those throughout this match. Definitely at the tempo that both sides are trying to play this game, to trying to keep the ball moving, trying to avoid the breakdown, as we know how strong these two teams can be when the ball goes to the turf. Now feeding the ball in, Felipe Sotoranga. A little bit of a wobbly scrum. Nicely taken. Now fired back across. Napoleoni Balatha, the captain for Fiji. Josefa Talatholo, according to the team sheet, is out there on the field, but I am yet to see him at this point. Matana going across. There he is. Josefa Talatholo gets a nice pop pass up on his own 22 at the moment. Argentina trying to hold him up with Augustine Fraha. But now that he's got it to ground, they do have to release. Go the Pumas, says Jorge. Now beautiful burst to the line from the Fijians. Ropati Riri will score the try. And puts it down between the sticks. Riri Ropati gets in for the try, although he's still waiting for someone for Argentina. Does put the ball down there, and Fiji back into this contest, making it 7-all now between these two teams. Exactly what they needed at that moment in the game as well, Fiji. They had to be the second team to score. And then Riri Ropati just using his speed. Soon as he was through, normally you see some sort of cover defender. In the case of Argentina, they have pretty much given up at that point. And Vetoso, says Simran. Kick has gone over. Sitting now 2.5 minutes remaining. Fiji sitting 7-all. And Riri Ropati helps the Fijians get back into the contest. Have a feeling this one could end up going down to the wire, ladies and gents. About a 21-14 maybe, or a 19-19. Going to extra time could easily be on the cards for these two sides. We got their Fiji 2 times Olympic gold medalist for 16 and 28. Mate, it's been a while. Always enjoy the call, says Robert. Welcome back, mate. We have been keeping well. Knock on there. And it was also a forward pass from the Argentinians. Good morning, all. Stairs pads ablaze. Welcome in. 2 minutes remaining. And a half. And Fiji have got themselves a scrum fee from 25 out from Argentina's line. Argentine side who did have themselves about an 18 match winning streak leading up till their loss to Ireland. A ball is there. Felipe Sautoranga slaps it up to Napoleone Balafa. Chance on the outside for Rapati again. It's stolen by Usadsuk, gets straight in the breakdown and wins the turnover. Short ball to Palandini, who throws it straight back in the hands of Jeremiah Matana. Now Batitaringa being taken down low by Jermaine Schultz. Jeremiah Matana almost through offload to Balafa. It's another knock on though. Both sides having the errors throughout this first half. The reason being though, of course, that's a very long driving tackle from one of the Fijian players. Almost got in trouble for the late shot. Got a try of Argentina. If you can avoid it, please try not to spoil the action. I know it's hard to do and you normally do it, but it would be greatly appreciated or else you probably will get yourself banned for a bit of time by one of the moderators. Now going off to the right-hand side, Rodriguez throws steps, ball on the inside to Azadsuk. Now Palandini, that was forward, I think, but it's going to be the try for Augustin Fraha, who just gets over the line. Up there, the laughing from Blues Nate as well. Argentina, they strike again here. A nice bit of work. Rodriguez got a great step. Matthias Azadsuk. We're not going to see the pass from square on. It did look flat anyway. It looked like it could have gone either way of a forward or non-forward pass, but right on the halftime siren as well for Argentina, which does mean that they will now have the lead going into the second half, 14 points to 7. That's exactly what they would have wanted, a nice lead, although they aren't out of the woods. Looking at the odds at the moment for this contest, Fiji don't go to sleep, bring it back. Says Simran, only $5.75 underdogs, the Fijians go on and win this game. Now, just to put that into perspective, that's a big underdog. That is for sure. Spain to beat Great Britain was less of an underdog. Ireland to beat France was less of an underdog. Fiji, they're going to need a big comeback. We'll see whether or not they can get their job done. The thinking face from Robert, but currently halftime in this contest, 14 points to 7. Currently halftime. Looking through at the reserves for these two sides. Nicolsa still to come, and he has actually been pretty impressive for the Fijians. Luciano Gonzalez off the bench. Graziano, Verafeld, Tobias Wade, Gaston Ravol. All players available. Shaggy wasn't me on the bathroom floor, says Blues Nate. And they must have used all their energy in that game against Canada. And it was a very comfortable win. 40 points to 0. Since then, picking up a couple more victories, but just missing out up against the Spanish. And I know that they will frustrate Fiji because they had that game won. And then they took their foot off the gas. They gave away silly decisions. That is why they don't have Torea Valawa off the bench, because he got himself a red card in the last contest, which of course is the last thing that he would want to have heading forward in the Sevens competition. Argentina, they are up by these 7 points. This is for 5th place. One of these two sides will end up sitting with just one extra point than the opposition. Christian Ravol, few people have chopped out his head and put it on a sign in the crowd, knocked on by Azadsuk. They will go back for the scrum feed, this time in favour of the Fijians, now that the second half has got underway. But early mistake from Argentina. This game, out of all the games we've seen today, probably had close to the most knock-ons and scrums. And yesterday was a disappointment in that game, says Simran there. And also we have got there the $6 super sticker from Blues Nate. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciate it for your super stickers all throughout the weekend. Now going short side, Felipe Sautoranga trying to back his pace, but once again being caught by this Argentinian defence. That time Jermaine Schultz, the man who was able to cut it off. Joseph Talatholo gets a good offload away. He was lined up by Uzutsuk, but now passed out wide. Here comes Ropati again trying to go through. Finds the offload on the inside. Logan Amasi scores it between the posts. Fiji back in it. A hot cup of break from me. Be right back, boss. Says Blues Nate Ropati. Got it away to Loganamasi. And Fiji are back in this game. It's just a bit of brilliance. And like I said, massive underdogs. $5.75. That was far too high for a side like Fiji to be at this point in the contest. Try says Beds Ablaze. Striding in to score the try. They are now $2.80 underdogs in this contest. Like I said, this easily could have been the final of the competition. Instead, we get to see it as a 5th place playoff game. We're getting spoilt in terms of the games that we've had earlier on. Then the actual semi-finals. We've had the matches taking place between New Zealand and Samoa. That was also an absolutely awesome contest. Going down to the wire and Samoa getting themselves their victory in that one. But Balafa now puts the ball high. Nicely taken by Jermaine Schultz. Currently Argentina with 5 minutes remaining are still considered as the favourites. You're asking whether or not they can counter-ruck there, the Fijians, and they have been able to do just that. Balatha's got his hands on the ball, and they get themselves now the quick tap. Balatha takes it, goes off to the left-hand side, he's through, and Fiji have got themselves the lead. We've got a member of 16 months in Pads Ablaze. Thank you very much, mate. But Balatha gets the try. Fiji now in the lead. Just like that. 2 quick tries in the second half. Now I doubt they'll be underdogs. No, they have now moved to favourites in this match, ladies and gentlemen, for the Flying Fijians as Balatha has crossed the try line. The kick has gone, I believe, over for Fiji. They said they're very happy to see Balatha is back, but the kick is good, making the score 21 points to 14. Now Argentina are the side who are down. It's going to be interesting, this closing 3.5 minutes. There is still time, though, for Argentina. That is what makes this game so intriguing. The fact that both of these sides still have the potential of getting a lot more points on the board, but it bounces back onto the side of Fiji again, but they give it straight back to Marcos Manera. Now the back line, Luciano Gonzalez gets it away. A great shot on Tobias Wade. Tosaviti Tosso, no room for mistakes now. They're currently keeping Argentina inside of their 22, but Luciano Gonzalez uses his strength and helps get them towards the halfway line. He's touching the ball again. Luciano Gonzalez, Marcos Manera. The Argentinians have got the Fijians scrambling. Foot race. Argentina looking to win it. Marcos Manera. Oh, he's had his head almost kicked off there. It's almost kicked out of his hands. Is that allowed? Crazy, says Mikhail. It's going to be a scrum feed for a knock-on from Argentina. I don't know if I call that a knock-on. I call that a bit of, I guess, preservation, trying not to get your head kicked off. It was in his hands, then gets booted. Now, I can't remember if that's actually allowed. It's time off. They're making the sub. Either way, it is a knock-on now. Let's go Fiji, says Thomas, and keep your feet on the pedal, Fiji, says Simran there. They are currently only just a few inches out from the Argentinian line, ladies and gents. Argentina considered $9 underdogs in this game to go on and win it. The draw is the $4.20 option. And Fiji favourites at $1.30. There is still so much time in this game, though. So I find it very hard to believe that Argentina are counted out of this contest. Let's go Fiji, says Thomas. And now the scrum feed will be in play. Heartbeat and stuff here, says Peds Ablaze. 2.5 minutes left. Like they've said, it's been a weekend of upsets. Fiji, they will have to kick this one downfield looking for the touchline. Fantastic kick as well. Better than some of the kicks you see in the rugby union side of things. Down by 7 points at the moment. A great kick downfield from Ponepate Loganamasi. I feel like a lot more people are actually watching this game than what there will be watching the final between Great Britain and France. But this one is a final that could take place in the near future. Almost stolen by Fiji, but nicely claimed by Los Pumas. Now looping around, Palandini gets the ball away to Rodrigo Iscro. Tries to bust his way through. Another penalty advantage in favour of Argentina. Azutsuk is wrestled down by his collar. Now Palandini inside ball. So they're just being strategic. Graziano goes off to Rodrigo Isdro, showing off his quick stepping feet. Tobias Wade needed the offload to Gonzalez, but wasn't able to get it. Now Marcos Manera, he's running up the middle. In fact, this time it is going to be Graziano, almost over the try line, off his feet there. Talatolo Azansuk goes over. Argentina back into the contest. And once again, he has decided to rush in. Unfortunately for him though now, I think someone has put him in a timeout, which means he will not get to comment for the rest of the live stream. He'll probably say that we're ganging up on him, but I mean, 3 strikes and you're out, aren't you? So a bit unlucky. And that Gonzalez is quite dangerous. Luckily, we weren't reading the chat at the time that it was spoiled, but that kick has gone over, making the score now 21-21 with 50 seconds remaining. Right down to the wire. They're talking about Matthias Azatsuk. He has scored 115 tries. Get out of here, bruh. Says Pants Blaze. And the thing is, it's not even like a first warning either. Like, he's done it on every live stream he's ever joined on the channel. And then he got sad and said that we were picking on him. And so crazy, I'm so scared. But now Gaston Raval makes his way onto the field. Oh, he's got to get this kickoff right. He's on the field for Palandini, who has been doing a pretty decent job throughout the rest of this game. But 21 points to 21. I can sort him out. Says Beds Ablaze. 40 seconds left on the clock. We are now ready to go. If the score stays the way that it is, we go to golden point time, but it is kicked off by Argentina. Slapped back, picked up though by the Fijians, although Argentina with Marcos Manera, he's on the ball, and he wins the penalty for Los Pumas. No, they're saying about the kick a goal, they're too far out. They can't go for this at the post, can they? It's too far out. Yep, they're going to instead go for the scrum. Yes, but Geordie though, great contest again, says Hanoi. Great low tackle made by Argentina. Marcos Manera getting the most crucial turnover of this contest. We are over full time, ladies and gentlemen, which means if neither side score, we go to golden point time. If Argentina score now, massive scrum there from the Fijians, but it's Gaston Raval trying to go to the short side. Luciano Gonzalez. And across Raval, they only need a try. They don't even need the conversion. Azansuk finds the offload to Raval. Tobias Wade, ball on the outside. Space opening up for Argentina with Marcos Manera. Back across to Wade, who is told to go towards the corner. And he's been wrestled down by Punipati Loganamasi. Go the Pumas, says Jorge. Azansuk goes across to Gaston Raval. Pop pass up to the big man, Graziano. Now across one more time. Argentina, Marcos Manera gets back up. Tries to go again. Going through. 10 meters out from the line and Manera will score it. Argentina take it right at the end of the contest. 26 points to 21. They will take out 5th place. These two sides though, if this isn't the final of the Olympics or the final of the overall 7 circuit, I would be extremely surprised. At what position in fielding you field in your cricket matches just really depends on where they need. I can wicket keep. I'd also normally just in a catching position somewhere. Raval misses it, but it doesn't matter for Argentina because they have already won this contest. Manera knocked it forward. So I think they're saying because he tried to play the ball. But yeah, it did look like it slightly drifted a little bit there. We have got the F-Sake, and thank you, bro, says Nazar, let's go. Says Mikal and go Condores, and what a crazy match, says Mikal. It certainly has been. Just right in the last moment. Now, Fiji, of course, that will be their 2nd loss of the tournament, but still feel like they've had a decent enough showing here to know that there's potential in the future. They just have to make sure they get it right. And when was the final? It was not, no, this was playing off for 5th place, believe it or not. So we are going to get to see the Super Session just around the corner. That is going to involve New Zealand versus Australia in the women's game, and then France versus Great Britain in the men's final. We will be covering both of them. Go Fiji, says Vava. And also it's for 5th place, and good game, well deserved for Argentina, says Imran. in the chat as well. But yeah, what a finish to the contest. We knew it was going to be a close one with these two sides going down to the wire. Relatively high scoring as well, and I think that's just a credit to the way that both of these sides are able to attack when they have got the ball in hand. They know how to score tries, and speaking of tries, there were quite a few of them throughout this contest. We will read you exactly who was able to get themselves the tries in this fixture, ladies and gents. We did see the tries of Fiji scored by Ririropati, Ponipati, Loganamasi, and then Napoleoni Balatha able to score the last one, and 3 successful kicks from Balatha. Half-time, 14 points to 7 in favour of Los Pumas. Their first 2 half tries were scored by Augustin Fraha as well as Marcos Maneta, who scored the first and the last try of the contest. Other try for Matthias Azotsuk Palandini. Good kicking day at the office, getting 3 from 3. Gastien Raval just missing the one. I was correct with the 26, just for the wrong team. There's Simran there. Yeah, massive win for Argentina. Massive performance from the Fijians as well. And like I said, I want to see this game as often as possible as we head towards that Olympic final. And I think both of these sides have more than enough capabilities of being there going for the gold. And few that was close. Says Blues Native certainly was. Went right down to the wire. And in the end, Argentina just got over with Marcos Maneta, of course, the man who started it and the man who finished it for the Argentines. Next leg is in Hong Kong. That is still quite a wee way away, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be taking place in about 30 days' time. But when it does take place, we will be here. We will be live on the channel. And also, up until then, we've still got Super Rugby. We've got the Sevens final, which is around the corner. We will be scheduling that one straight after this live stream is finished. Hey, Hamish and chat, who's leading the Sevens today, Hammy? So the final is actually Great Britain versus France, believe it or not. So not a game that a lot of people probably anticipated. Third place is Ireland versus Spain. But I think that this game's probably going to be the best of the playoffs out of all the contests that we have seen so far. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. So in Hong Kong Sevens are in April. They are in early April. So 5th of April is the first day, and then it closes out on the 7th. Now, the draw for April's Hong Kong Sevens will actually be announced pretty much straight after this leg of the Sevens. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.